Hello, clowns.
I'm Ami.
I'm Yu Chen, and we're the hosts of Clown Bites Podcast.
We're two best friends who are chronically online and get together weekly to laugh and discuss all of the clown behavior we see on the internet.
And there's so much.
Truly so much.
We're so glad to have you here to clown around with us, and we hope you enjoy the episode.
Hello, clowns. It has been a morning, and we're here back again to record on this nice sunny day.
Ami, do you feel comfortable telling the audience why today's been such a morning for you?
Yes, I think I got peed on.
In a non-sexual way, which is not fun.
Yes. Yeah. So I went to take Phoebe out this morning, and usually she runs down the stairs. Like, she is such a fast stair gal, but she dead stopped, and I just kept walking because I was like, I'm tired and we need to go out so I can record. And just stuff fell down from the top. I just think it was pee. Because what else could it be? And it did have like a smell. So anyways, I don't want to think about it too much, but I had to immediately come home, scrub my whole body, wash my hair again. And now I'm tired. That was a whole ass day for me.
It's also super early in the morning, and I'm like shook by how much you've accomplished this morning.
I know. Who would have thought? I didn't know I had it in me.
Wait, so you went to the Cowboys game last night or yesterday?
Yes.
Did you see
I did.
the Thunder performance by the DCC? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I did not watch that show.
Ami, the fact that you didn't watch this show is like, why?
I know. I think it came out when I was in Finland.
Yeah.
So I just was like out of it. And then when I came back, it was like no longer a big thing. And I just never watched it. I did want to watch it before this game, but I did not. So
sad.
The intention was there. The execution was lacking.
Yes.
But it was very fun. And we had super good seats. It was a good time. Exhausting though. I think we were gone for like 8 hours almost.
The like NFL football games are so long. Like the whole event.
Yeah.
It's like an event in itself. And watch the show because it kind of like talks about the money they make and like how much time they spend, and they get paid like nothing to spend so much time doing all these appearances and the rehearsals, getting like dolled up to go out. And I'm just like, the amount of energy that we don't have, those girls have it on top of their like full-time job. Yeah.
And they need it, so you can have it. Yesterday was a preseason game, so it wasn't even as long as normal, apparently, because there's like not that many ad breaks or any ad breaks. I don't really know. But it was like shorter than most, and I felt like it was pretty long. It's also because we waited a while after the game before calling our Uber home. Getting the Uber was like a shit show, and I was tired, and I got one of those like cowboy Ritas because it came in the cup, and I wanted the cup. Oh, and we went in a box, so everything was free. So I was like, why would I not get this? It killed me. I just felt very ill from it. I've been wanting to tell you this. I'm not even going to say that because I already told you.
I'm keeping that part in the up.
But the other day...
No. Wait, hold on. You know what this reminds me of? I was watching this influencer talk about like exposing what influencers do, because she has like become an influencer, and she's like, you know, sometimes like I have to film 6 different what I do or like story time, get ready with me's in a day. And she's like, so I have to like take my makeup off, change my clothes, and like redo my makeup 6 times like in one day. And I'm just like, the amount of like fake realness through social media
in this world
is insane, including us. But like,
yeah, I mean, we're here right now. Thank God we're not doing 6 makeups in a day. Also, that cannot be good for her skin.
No, she said her skin was like burning afterwards.
Yeah.
But yes, I've heard this story before, but I think it's worth telling again.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was going to dinner and I saw on a bench someone had just like stuck up a piece of paper that said like, I think Jeremy, I don't know what, like name, I know you're cheating on me, with the QR code. And I thought it was so interesting, and I did the code. But it was an ad, and it got me. I got.
You got. You know why I was just like, oh my gosh, like she's getting got? Is that the right grammar for that? She's about to get got. Is how do you even get a QR code?
I don't know.
Right?
That's a great point. That's an actually fantastic point. I have no actual idea, but we should find out and we should do this for Clown Vibes.
Oh, yeah, because we have a bunch of like clickbaity stuff that we can talk about and use. You know, I feel like people are very creative when it comes to exposing their like cheating significant others. So like it could be like someone could totally have spent the money.
Yeah.
Like if you're, I don't even think petty should be the right word to describe this, because if you're getting cheated on, like you have every right to be petty. No amount of pettiness can be too much. So if you want to go all out and buy a QR code, or if that's how it even happens, like go for it.
You know what? I think QR codes are free, and she printed it on like printer paper. Yeah. Whoever the fuck this ad guy was, because it wasn't really about cheating, but like it was essentially free, thinking about how much joy it could bring someone.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, like getting cheated on brings zero joy. But if you've been wronged by your significant other, you should milk the joy out of any opportunity for joy there is.
Exactly. Like, obviously, you're not feeling perma joy, but like for 2 seconds, if you feel like, ha ha ha, good enough. It was worth it.
Okay. I have some sad news to tell you.
Oh, gosh. Tell me.
Do you remember how growing up in Houston, we would always listen to 104.1 KRB, and there's always a segment called Rula and Ryan's Roses that we were listening to when we were like too young to be listening to this?
Yes. And remember you had like that obsession with it for a while right after we graduated?
It was very short-lived because I had this hobby where I was just like doing shit during the day and I could just like listen to like a podcast or whatever. And I discovered that someone was doing the Lord's work, uploading Rula's and Ryan's segment Roses on YouTube. And I just had a field day. But
you did.
Can you tell the audience what Rula and Ryan Roses are?
Yeah, so it's like a show that helps whoever is the caller expose their potentially cheating partner. So basically, you call Rula and Ryan, you give them the story, and you're like, hey, I think my partner is cheating on me. These are the reasons. They kind of poke and like ask what's going on, whatever. And so then one of the guys, I think it's Special K usually, one of the people on the show, will call your partner and say, hey, I'm going to give you a free delivery of roses. Who do you want to send it to? Because you always think like they're going to send it to their mistress or whatever.
It's usually Rula.
9 times out of 10. Oh, it is usually Rula? Okay. 9 times out of 10, they send the roses to the person they're cheating with. So that's how they get you. And then say I'm doing it. Like I'm on the phone and I'm like, Ryan, what the fuck? How could you cheat on me? And it's chaos.
It's chaos.
And I love it.
It's like a 15-minute segment. It has been on air since like we were,
for as long as I can remember,
wee little lads.
Yeah.
And through my research to listen to some episodes to feel something again, I have to say, Ami, this is like what I wanted to tell you about. I think it's all fake.
No.
Yes.
Are you joking?
It's all fake.
No, but they make it seem like so real.
It's actors doing this. And I'm like,
no. You're joking.
I'm like 99% sure it is all fake because I went down this like rabbit hole. Okay, first of all, Rula and Ryan's Roses isn't like, they did not come up with this. The original was called like War of the Roses. And like when I looked it up, the definition literally is the name of a radio skit, which is registered service mark. It is owned by the Capstar Radio Operating Company, a subsidiary of iHeartMedia, which like I think is part of, or 104.1 KRB is a part of iHeartMedia, I think. And there's like so many different versions of it.
Yeah.
It's not just like a Houston thing. It's like nationwide.
Totally.
But like what really got me was like someone was saying how you can't like record someone without them knowing. Like you can't broadcast it without them knowing that they're being broadcasted on radio. And so like the concept of calling a cheating spouse and like surprising them on radio is like not feasible.
Legal.
Yeah, not legal. And I feel like that's true. Because of the whole Taylor Kanye thing.
Okay. Also, it's the fact that they always get the like partner on the line.
Yes.
How? Who's picking up a spam call these days?
Exactly. Who's picking up the scam calls these days? This radio show has been on every Thursday morning. If you get a call Thursday morning while you're in Houston, it's Rule and Ryan's Roses. Like there's not enough dummies in Houston. It's a big metropolis, but like there's not enough dummies to fall for it.
Yeah. Honestly, damn.
I know. Doesn't it just like
I'm shook.
It shook me when I found out. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm heartbroken. But it makes sense.
It makes sense.
After you find out and you listen to an episode, like do it this week.
Yeah.
Now that you know it's fake, listening to it, I'm like, this sounds so fake.
Okay. I like listened to the one on I think Thursday this week, and now thinking back, I'm like, no fucking way.
Like the way that they react, the way that like when the cheating spouse like realizes that he's on air, and like they instantly go into like explanation mode. Like think about it. If you were a cheating spouse and you knew that like you were getting got by Rule and Ryan's Roses, you would hang up.
I would just hang up
immediately.
Yeah. That's crazy. I think what helps them keep the air of authenticity, besides the skit part, is that they then have people call in to like give their own stories of like, oh, have you had a story that's similar to this? And then those are like real people. But I think you're so right, because the story I listened to on Thursday was so contrived almost.
What was the story?
You want me to tell you it?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically this girl was dating this guy for like over a year, and she was like, we met on Bumble, but we had agreed to like delete Bumble, and then my friend saw him on the app. And so then she went through this elaborate ruse herself to catfish him. She used her friend's pictures. She asked her friend was like, yeah, use it, girl. And so she was using her friend's pictures to catfish her boyfriend. Like Rule and Ryan were like, well, is he telling you things that like he's told you before? Does it seem normal? And she was like, it's really weird. Like it doesn't really seem like him, but it's his pictures. Like it's him, and he's like lying about his life kind of. And it's like, okay, well, he's a cheater, so I guess that makes sense. They call him. It turns out to be her boyfriend's best friend who's using her boyfriend's pictures.
No,
is a catfish himself. So it was like double catfish.
No. That's when the intern writers or something got like too creative.
They were like, you know what? We gotta spice things up somehow, and we don't know how. Let's just fucking go ham.
Yeah.
And like when I was listening, I was shocked.
You see, now that like you know that it's fake, you can't unsee it.
Man, I don't know that I'll listen, because like the allure is gone.
I know. Watch us get like a defamation lawsuit from iHeartMedia.
Sue us. We would love the press.
Okay. But I want to go back to the point where you said, you know, the allure is gone, because there's a reason why the show has been on air for like 20 plus years or so. It's because people eat this shit up. Like we love watching people expose cheaters. And that's what this entire episode is dedicated to, is the fact that like for some reason, society itself loves a cheating scandal. We love any scandal, to be honest, but like exposing cheaters is something that I feel like I see more and more with TikTok, but it is just like a train wreck that you can't turn away from. And it's really hard, because at the end of the day, like there's a hurt person on the other side of that story, but like we usually forget about it.
No, totally. Like I think what helps us kind of stay in this illusion of like, this is just content, is that by the time the person is like telling the story, usually like on TikTok or something, they are either healed or they're like in manic isn't the right word, but they're like in anger.
Yeah.
In the anger phase, to where it doesn't seem like they're being affected that much. Like they're usually not crying, right? They're usually just like, he did this and then this happened. Isn't that so crazy? And you're just like, yeah, that's so crazy. But like, we're not seeing the hurt. So it's easy for us, I think, to just be like, whatever, like this is so crazy of a story.
What's like a cheating story that is ingrained in your head? You know how there's like different types of cheating stories? So
Yeah.
Mine is like couch guy. Do you remember couch guy?
Yes.
Like the fact that I just said couch guy and the fact
I
that,
knew.
yeah, you knew is crazy.
Tell the audience, tell the not chronically online people who couch guy is.
It's a pretty short story. And basically, I think this was like during the pandemic or something when this girl who is like long distance with her college boyfriend, like surprises her college boyfriend. Sometimes you see these girls or guys filming videos of them surprising their significant other. And this is her. She's like going in and he's like with a group of friends, but like she walks in and he's like sitting next to a girl. And I think he was like holding hands with another girl,
that's
right?
what people were saying, but like I don't know if it was like a real handhold or they like their hands were close and then the internet went crazy.
Yeah, the internet went crazy.
And like he didn't give like a super excited reaction. He was like kind of shocked. And so then people immediately read that as guilt and being scared kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And they ripped him to shreds. And I think that like months later they made videos of like, we're totally fine, like you guys are being so crazy, but it was too late.
Yeah.
It was the internet had already created the story.
The internet created a narrative.
And then everyone and their mom was like recreating the couch guy video. Have you seen like the latest one that is like, oh, when your girlfriend wants you to stop hanging out with your girl best friend, so you have to say bye, and they're like hugging very intimately?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I did not see the original first. I saw the joke videos about it first, and I was like, what's going on? I saw the original. They're very comfortable with each other. And I don't know if that's real either, but it was wild.
Wait, how do you feel about a guy, like a significant other, having a girl best friend? Do you think it's okay, or would you feel weird about it?
I think it depends on the girl.
Really?
But
In what way?
Probably like if it seems like, you can tell when you meet someone who like likes the person, the way they act. If she is like degaff and like just normal, then it's like, okay, fine. But if you get there and you feel like if I gut felt something weird, then I'd be like, I don't like this.
Interesting.
What do you feel like?
I feel like it's fucking weird. I've been like kind of, I don't know how I got into this mindset, but it's because I watched this like video and it wasn't even a video that got a ton of views, but it was this girl kind of explaining why Jen on The Bachelorette is like so insecure. And like she kind of talks about how like Jen grew up Asian in like an area that like wasn't Asian, but like you're kind of only exposed to like your surroundings. And when you're older and you have been exposed to like a lot more, that's when you should be like growing as a person. But like who you're exposed to when you're like younger, like it does kind of dictate how you react in certain situations. But like if you grew up with a girl best friend, like there's nothing weird about that, I think, because like you're only limited to a certain amount of people. If you like grew up in a small town or like your entire friend group is like only maybe 20 people, like you don't have that much to choose from. But like when you go out into the real world and you are exposed to a lot more people, I do find it weird that like your best friend would be a girl unless you grew up with them.
Yeah, I think that's fair because it's just like, especially now, I'm like, there's no way I could have a guy best friend. They're terrible friends. For the most part.
I do have, I would say like in SF, I do have more guy friends than like girlfriends, I think. But I would never make them my best friend. Like I would always prefer a girl over a guy. Just the nature of like how we would get along.
Yeah, I agree with that. Anyways, we've really digressed. All right, so back to the cheating topic.
Okay, if given the opportunity to look through your significant other's phone, would you do it?
No, I don't want to know.
Even if they're cheating on you, you wouldn't want to know?
I think I would only do it if I like suspected, but like I don't know, like I just don't think that it's necessary.
So how would you find out? I wouldn't, but this is so hard, right? Because
it's so hard.
If someone is cheating on you, if someone is cheating on me, I would want to know.
No, totally.
But like, I don't want to find out that way.
Exactly. And I don't want to ever do that unless it's like I feel like something's happening. But then this goes back to this like celebrity memoir book club time. Like, and I was trying to find the episode where they said this, but they said like basically once you're digging for information, your relationship has already changed. In some ways, you've already agreed to this situation and agreed like it's okay to doubt whoever your partner is, and then like your relationship is essentially over anyway. Like something's wrong in your relationship, but you're not ending it, so you've like agreed to this situation.
Like agreed to snoop?
Not agreed. I don't know. They said it so eloquently. Like not ending it right when you're feeling that way.
It's hard.
But instead like taking the time to like dig and like make sure. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like that whole time you feel sick and like they're making you feel poorly.
Yeah.
And like that's like your new agreement essentially.
You know what has made me feel like really insecure in my relationship is all these cheating stories, because 9 times out of 10, I feel like the man isn't treating the girl horribly. Like what gets me like really scared is when there are no signs and they get like a hey girly text or a DM out of nowhere, or like something just like really is out of the blue. Like that's how I feel. I feel like Nico's obsessed with me. So like how could he ever? But then there's so many stories of like them living together in which like the husband or like the boyfriend is still cheating. And then I'm just like, how do they find the time?
How do they find the time?
You know, when you like were asking me, like, given the opportunity, would I look through my significant other's phone? No, but like I would want someone else to. Like I need a buddy to be objective in this case, because in that situation, like you're not objective. Like the girls who are sleuthing by themselves, you are strong. You are strong, because I would not be able to do that by myself. And you know what story like really stood out to me? You know that girl Maria in the last Bachelor show that like everyone is obsessed with? I think she did a story time about how she found out that her ex-boyfriend was cheating on her. And I forget like the scenario itself, but essentially like he had a doorman building, and she and her girlfriend like were pretending that like something got stolen or something, and they needed to see security tapes back to like that specific day because like they had a hunch. And that's how they caught the girl.
Damn.
But she had a friend with her doing sleuthing, and that's what I need.
You need a friend. And you know who else I feel like are so strong? The people that find out and then instead of just like confronting them, do like some elaborate way to expose it. You know what I mean? Like it's not just being like, you're cheating on me, whatever. It's like going to find them on the date.
Okay.
Or like going to find them out.
No, I saw a really great TikTok video about this very recently. This TikTok obviously went viral. The fact that like cheating stories, I feel like always goes viral, says something about our society. I don't know what it says, but it says something. Anyways, this girl, she seems young, which makes me like really sad for her. Like you're so altered as a human being when you're so young. But essentially, like I don't know how she finds out, but she finds out that her like a boyfriend of like many years has been cheating on her and like has a Hinge profile and everything. And I think like some of the girls like came forth, or like this one girl had come forth and like showed her screenshots and everything for like their anniversary or like for his birthday. I don't know. She gave him a gift, and like they're at a park and she's like filming all of this. But she printed out all the photos of him, like his Hinge profile pics, and the DMs are like text messages between him and another girl, and like she's filming him, and you can just see his excitement of like getting a gift, like, oh, what is it? Horror when he realizes like what it is. And that is like queen behavior by her. Like she's so unfazed. But like to your point, when they're doing like a story time cheating, like they're over it. They're a stone cold bitch now, and that's when it's fun to watch, right?
Yeah, for sure. But it's like, you know, that's a moment of time, and obviously emotions are complex and they're probably not fully healed.
Yeah, for sure.
When they're doing these things. And like, I don't think about that usually when I'm watching it. But then if you like take a second to think about it, it's kind of sick.
It is sick. Like the cheating part, right?
Yeah. Like it's sick. And then it's like a little bit sick that we're finding enjoyment out of like her pain.
Yeah. I saw a follow-up video, not from her, but from this completely random girl. And she's like, oh my gosh, I saw that video. And that man has definitely been in my DMs. And
God.
like, I like
don't make a video like that.
I giggled, but I was just like, fuck, this is real serious. And like, I don't want to be watching it anymore. And I like this kind of why we wanted to talk about this in this episode is like, for some reason, exposing cheaters, it's so entertaining, but it leaves you feeling kind of like so
unwell.
Sick. Should we talk about the Clinton Kane scenario?
Yes. That one actually didn't make me feel sick.
It didn't.
I think because like it seems like Brooke is over it.
Yeah.
And she seemed so calm, cool, collected that like, I don't know. But basically, Brooke Sheffield, is that how you say your name?
Schofield.
Who is now,
who has since been canceled. So.
And she is on the canceled podcast. So fitting. Anyways, like she a while ago, like a couple years ago, dated Clinton Kane, who is a musician. Is he country? Is he rap? What the F does he sing?
Who the F is Clinton Kane?
Pop? Who the F is Clinton Kane? Who knows? But anyways, so I think around a year ago, someone posted like a very long, I'm going to say 100-part series of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? And each video was like 10 minutes long. Like this was an adventure. I did not watch it because I have no attention span, but I did get all the TLDRs. And since then, people have been doing like Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Who the Fuck Did I Date? Like renditions with their own stories. And so Brooke did a Who the Fuck Did I Date? Story time about Clinton because I think he had said, oh, Brooke's still talking about it. Like she should get over it. And she was just like, okay, if you're telling me I'm not over it, then I'll tell you the story.
She so clearly is over it by the way that she's like,
she's so clearly over
talking about it.
Yeah. And like she's so funny about it. So it was just like really fun to watch. But basically Clinton was a pathological liar. Some of his lying highlights was that he told her that he's Australian. He's not Australian. He told her that his mom was dead. She's not dead. And potentially his siblings too were dead. I don't think they're dead. And was cheating on her constantly. Did not let her leave him half the time. Like he just wanted to be with her 24/7. And they barely knew each other. And like pretty immediately, they both got COVID. So then they quarantined together. And he, in a way, was like holding her captive. Like obviously not truly, but like in vibe, I think, was making it to where like she could not go home. And she'd be like, hey, I want to just go home and get like new clothes. And he was like not allowing that. He had like a fake ID. He was lying about his age.
Yeah.
Like he just lying about every part of his life.
No, but like when this came out on TikTok, I was shook. I was like,
yeah.
This is the fuel that I need to like power through the week. But it's so interesting because she has like talked about this in her podcast and it has never like blown up in the way that it did on TikTok. I think there's something about how like TikTok stories of exposing cheaters are just like the virality of it just weighs a lot more with society than like a podcast or even, I don't know, a US Weekly article. Like you are the biggest offender of like celebrity cheating, as in like you can't cancel anyone because everyone cheats. But I feel like it's because it like loses its novelty. Momentum, I guess, because we're so oversensitized.
Totally.
By it. But the like most prime cheating story that's like prime for cancellation, I guess, it's when it's like C-list people or people who are like reality TV stars or like influencers because they're somewhat relatable, but not everyone knows who it is. And those are like the biggest scandals, like Scandival.
Yes, exactly. And it's because you know the players involved.
Yeah.
And like you feel like you are like team whoever. Like, you feel attached to them in a way that you don't ever feel attached to celebrities.
You know more about them than like you would ever know about an A-list celebrity.
Totally. And so that's why you feel like it personally more than you would a random ass A-list actor. But I actually did know about the Clinton Kane stuff before. Like when you texted me, I think I was in Mexico and you were like, have you seen this? And I was like, yeah, wait, we've been knowing about it. But I didn't realize she did the like part series thing. And I did watch it and learn new things. But she did like mention pretty often, or like I saw a decent number of clips talking about how he lied about his mom dying. And that itself is a huge punchline.
Yeah.
Like that is a headline.
But TikTok is so like it's repostable, it's stitchable.
Yeah.
Like in order to get something to gain momentum, it needs to be on TikTok. Why we have not personally gone viral on TikTok, I have no idea.
We need a cheating story, I guess, but I don't want us to get cheated on. So like we're not gonna get it that way.
Oh, but if I were to get cheated on, I would milk it for everything that it's worth. Like if I get cheated on, I best be going viral. Clown Vibes best be going viral.
Literally. And I think the reason Brooke's like 8-part series did as well as it did, on top of just TikTok eating that shit up, is like she detailed things in a way that she hadn't before. And each part, I think she did a really good job of like making something in it shocking.
That's true. Because also Clinton is like someone that I don't know of, but like it's still shocking that someone does it. I think like what makes me sad is that he feels like he can't be who he is without lying that his parents are dead. Like, I don't know. He doesn't feel like his personality is enough, like his talent is enough to be Clinton Kane, that he has to like make up Clinton Kane in a way.
I guess like that is sad for him, but then when it's affecting other people, I always my
no respect
sympathy for you.
No respect. Yeah. I do find that I feel sorry for these types of people.
No, totally. Like I get it and that sucks, but also what the fuck? And like she had actually a viral sound that was basically like listen to his songs. Like he clearly needs money for therapy, and that's very true. Like he needs some professional help. You know, also on TikTok how the like am I the asshole Reddit stories or like Reddit sagas are very popular to just like read on pop. I eat those up. Like I watch every single one fully.
Really? Why?
Yes. I don't know why. Like the headline always gets me. And then I'm like, huh. And if the reader is good at reading it, I'm like, okay, great. And what helps is that on Reddit, it's like an edited text post, right? So like people are not generally just like going on and on. They're more so concise with the story. So it's kind of like a fun book that people are reading out loud to me. And I find it like so interesting. And there's so many about cheating that I don't know, like because it's not the person involved reading it or like telling me the story, I feel like it is a show that I'm watching, a podcast I'm listening to, like a book that I'm reading versus like it being a real person that this is happening to.
And I don't know if it's like because we're different people, we have different tolerance levels, but I definitely do feel like I get a little bit bogged down like emotionally when I see like quote unquote like asshole behavior, bad behavior, like cheating behavior constantly. Like even the whole Hallie Kate and Sophia LaCourte stuff, like it was fun last week. I'm over it now. Like I genuinely feel bad for Sophia, and not that like, and I don't feel bad that she's like getting all this hate. I feel bad for like who she is as a person.
Yeah.
To like literally did you see that she posted another video yesterday?
No, I didn't see it. What did it say?
I don't know. Give her the views because she so clearly needs professional help and therapy. But like she basically did a bit where she like started off crying and she's like, I never thought that I'd be the type of person to set my phone up and like cry in front of people. And then she did like a complete 180 and she's like, gotcha.
Oh my God.
Like you thought like I would be doing this. You thought I would cry over you telling me to go kill myself, weirdo. And I'm like, you need help.
Like stay off the internet.
Stay off the internet. Hire Clown Vibes PR. We'll do it for free.
Literally. I don't even want to be her PR because it's like unsalvageable at this point. No, okay, yeah. Like I agree. Like I get emotionally bogged down too. I think I have just been watching TikToks in such short increments the last like month or two, that if I watch one of these videos in the time like that I'm watching like TikTok for 15-20 minutes, I'm not getting another one before I'm done.
Yeah.
Like that helps a lot.
So we talked a lot about, you know, like exposure to cheating stories on the internet, but like what about exposure to cheaters that we know of? Because sadly the number is not zero.
Sadly, yeah. I think it makes me feel like super sick. Those are stories like I have a hard time hearing. this sounds bad, but like it kind of does have that adrenaline factor of like me getting the story, but then like while I'm hearing the story, I feel ill.
Yeah, because you would never think that it would happen to you.
So close to home, yeah.
Yeah, so close to home. And like, I feel like me and my friends, me and my acquaintances were cut from the same cloth. Like, we're not dating influencers or actors that are out for fame, that are exposed to like, like I'm a regular Joe, so I would think that like I wouldn't get cheated on. But if the real Ryan Rose has taught me one thing, it's like no one is safe.
No one is safe. And then like when we hear it so close to the people in our lives, it's just another reminder of like, oh, it can happen to me too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dime a dozen, and that's terrifying.
You know, the cheating stories that literally make me ill to my bones is
what?
Cheating stories that are about our parents' type of people, like immigrant.
Oh, yes.
Asian adults.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my mind, they immigrated to the US and like had experienced so much hardship for like a better life for their kids. And you find out that they're crappy ass people. And I'm just like, are there no more good people left?
And it's just like, don't you have more important things to be doing? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, no.
And it's especially when they're like so crafty about it that it's just like, this is sick.
Wait, were you there when my dad was telling me about my childhood friend's dad?
No.
Okay, I feel like it was either you or Nico that were with me, or maybe not. It was just me. But like, I remember this girl that I used to hang out with when I used to live in Galveston. So like maybe for 3 years of my like very early childhood in America. But my dad was like telling me about how her dad is the one that taught him how to drive his first car. And I was like, that's so kind of him to like teach you how to drive and like lend a helping hand. And I'm just like, oh, so like, do you still talk to them? Like, I haven't really talked to this girl. Like, we lost connection after we moved. And he's like, I've seen her mom around, but they're like divorced now, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, they're divorced? And he's like, yeah, because his dad would like brag to me about how he's cheating on her mom with so-and-so and like so-and-so. And I'm just like,
God,
that's sick to hear. Like I would, I don't know why, maybe this is like naive of me to say, but like, of course my parents know about cheating, but like, I don't want to know that my parents know about cheating. Like for some reason, it's like knowing that like your little sibling could be having sex. Like I know that that could happen, but like, I don't want to know that.
No. And I want like no confirmation ever that this is happening.
Yeah.
It's extra sick that this guy was bragging about it.
So
because
what is my dad saying to him? You know?
Yeah, exactly. And like your dad probably felt very uncomfortable because it's like this guy's helping him learn how to drive, which he needs to do for like his survival. Yeah. And like your family survival. But like at the same time, he's a terrible person. You kind of just in that situation probably have to grit through it and be like, oh, and like not give, but almost accept it because you need to. And that's like such a hard position to be in. Like I know some people who have emotionally cheated, and like even in that situation, it felt very hard for me to like agree with the situation or co-sign it, not be like, hey, that was fucked.
Wait, like you knew the cheaters or you know the person that was being cheated on, or like both?
Both.
Shit.
It wasn't like very outright cheating, but it was like definitely a form of emotional cheating in my perception of what happened.
Yeah.
And I struggled with it a lot. Do I continue to be friends with this person or like what now?
But you're so quick to forgive celebrities.
Yeah, because celebrities are not ever going to be in my orbit. And I'm not forgiving them because like the thing is, it's like they're no one to me.
Exactly.
So it's not like I'm forgiving them personally. I'm just being like, I cannot be bogged down by another fucking celebrity cheating. I can't be like, oh, I can't watch this or listen to this or whatever because they got canceled. Everyone got canceled. Everyone's fucking cheated. So like I'm separating the art from the artist in those situations.
You know what's so interesting? I don't know why I'm like remembered this story, but I remember when one of my really close friends from like back home recently got into a relationship, and she turns to me and she's just like, I don't think I'm meant to be in a relationship. I think I'm going to cheat on my spouse. as like a less than 20-year-old, like our brains have not fully developed yet. And I'm just like, in what world or like what have you been exposed to in your young childhood that would make you think that you would cheat on your significant other?
And like be so confident that that's the only other option.
That's literally one of the first things that she said to me when they started dating.
It's like, okay, just break up then if you're not meant to be in a relationship.
I don't even want to like bring this up to her anymore because I feel like that's so long ago and I'm sure she's like a different person. But I actually find it a little bit funny that she said that because she and her significant other are like so in love that it literally makes no sense that she said that. But out of every couple that I know that would ever have like a cheating scandal, they are last. Like they are literally last. That's their only cheating scandal that she made that comment to me when we were younger.
The thing is, though, is that you never know because I used to think that about some people in my life and that didn't go that way. So it's scary.
Wait, that they would cheat?
Yeah. I thought these people would never cheat.
Oh.
And then lo and behold, that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, what in the F?
Can I end the episode with a question for you? If you found out that I cheated, would you defend me? Like, would you still be my friend?
Oh my God. That's so hard. I wouldn't defend you, but like, I would still be your friend. I can't lose you as a friend. But I would be like, you're fucked in the head. And then I think I would slowly start to like distrust you. Not slowly, but like I would distrust you. So then it would slowly be like, this is not the same anymore anyway.
Yeah, which is sad. You know, but like I'm asking myself the same question.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what you do afterwards because if you were to cheat, I think something would be wrong with you. Like something psychologically, mentally would be wrong.
Yeah.
And I would be like, you know what? Up your sessions because like something's wrong with you.
Yeah, like the context matters too, but like it is an immediate, well, if you're doing this to your partner, like what else are you doing?
No happy person who's like happy with their life and like is mentally well would cheat. That's my firm belief. But who do I know? I'm only almost 30.
Yeah, we have unfortunately a lot of life to live. Thanks so much for listening. You can follow us on all social media at Clown Vibes Podcast or email us at clownvibespodcast@gmail.com.
And if you like our show and want to support us, please like, subscribe, and give us a rating and review. That's it for today. Bye, clowns.
Bye, clowns.